whole world viewing. Click and subscribe. Had them niggas off the block, tell them shooters they want a job. I just put them on the payroll. When I get control them, I just mold them like they Play-Doh. Soldiers giving Halo, trying to get up at them pesos. 40 cows send you out of space, Jeff Bezos. And Jeff Bezos, leave you all boxed up. All cause my delivery, I be on that prime shit. Take you time to get with me. Got me like Vladimir, treat you like the Ukraine. Raid your little city, now you boating like Usain. Scope costs more than the rifle. I got new aim, fresh kick, spit with the blick. Not my shoe game. Used to have a dirty 30 tied to a shoestring. Now I got that Ruger 5 and 7. That's my boot thing. That temperature's getting hot. We take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club. We take it outside. I got my killers with me. You won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mess and we was outside. That Glock loaded, extra mag and it's outside. There's one west for that bag and we outside. We outside. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mess and we was outside. That Glock loaded, extra mag and it's outside. There's one west for that bag and we outside. We outside. I don't talk hardly, be there when you call me. Send them Philly clippers at your head like a baldy. Chopper get to run down your block like a Harley. No, this ain't a big hog, this the big dog.
In your city, swinging through the jungle like it's pitfall. In the water wading, marching to my cadence. Big burst of thunder in my hands like I'm reading. Shitty Mortal Kombat sounds, but I ain't playing.
Look them in the eye before the war like a weigh-in. I'm up in the AM, politicking movements with that Draco from the vid because it's proven. Waiting on my brother out of bed, he ain't do shit. That's how life go. Win some, you lose. Seen a little nigga beat a big nigga out his shoes. Seen that nigga come back, pull up with a gun strap, rob everybody outside, told him run that. We outside. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, yeah, we outside. Before the COVID had the mess and we was outside. My Glock loaded extra mag and it's outside. It's one west for that bag and we outside. Outside, yeah, we outside. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. We outside, and we outside. Outside, yeah, we outside. We outside, yeah, we outside. There's one west on them corners and we outside. We outside with it.
Pando, kill the beat.
I don't know who, somebody need to hear this. Y'all speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. The Germans get locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died. Y'all want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew. You a Ashkenaz. This ain't a star dum-dum, a gun that would die. Yeah, Yeezy told the truth and got ostracized. Not one person in the Bible had on a yarmulke. We were slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth. I had to make it clear how Jerusalem, your land, your people came from Europe. That was 1947. Your menorah got 9 sticks. It's really only 7. Yeah, it's us against the world. Armageddon. This what happened when you inherit lies from your ancestors. Y'all the synagogue of Satan with them black hats. Your whole nation sitting ducks, Aflacs, bunch of thieves and culture vultures, ain't nothing kosher. To tell the truth, you vagabonds don't have a culture. Macedonia, Alexander and Philip, you a convert, so tell me, how the fuck is you Israel? That don't make you the people just cause you litter. Why my people can't hate your people like y'all hate Hitler? All the prophets was black and was called nigga. Y'all don't even fit the description that's in the scriptures. Abraham, all the way down to Jacob, we the real Jews. Y'all don't study Christ, y'all follow the Talmud. Keep it real, yeah, let's keep it real. Cold hard truth, it give you chills. Say y'all Jewish cause y'all ain't really them. About to do them like Hammond, it's the Feast of Purim. U.P.K undefeated, this an easy win. We was born fighting, y'all the evil twin. Jacob took hold of his heel, then out came his little red bass and they kosher deals. It's only 12 tribes, y'all trying to make it 13. Esau despised his birthright, the Lord cursed him. He ain't the devil, who is? I'm still searching. Ask your rabbi why he give them babies herpes. I don't know what's worse, that or you claiming that you a Maccabee. I'm about to cancel, everybody try to cancel ye. I ain't afraid to speak, this is what I do. They riding to the core, I'm just judging them by their fruit. Cause they ain't suffering curses. If I was carnal, I promise I'd punch you in person. I know this is an uncomfortable subject. They making millions off our culture and black people suffering from it. Yeah, they don't believe in Christ. They the Antichrist. Make a living off of niggas. They're a parasite. I ain't afraid to tell the truth. Niggas terrified. I'm about to go DEFCON 4. I ain't satisfied.
That is proof. That is absolute proof that they know we are the real Jews. That's absolute proof. Now you got the records. Go find me a white Jew on any archaeology in Egypt anywhere. You will never find a piece of archaeology with white people as slaves in Egypt. So don't tell me that they were slaves and it's their identity, and they know it. And I know the blasphemy of them, which they are Jews. The Lord knows the blasphemy of you so-called white people that say you are Jews and you are not Jews. You are not the people of the law. You are not God's chosen people. God's chosen people are living in the ghettos of America. God's chosen people are in poverty and depression in the streets of America. God's chosen people are walking around in America with no identity. That's where God's chosen people are.
Priest and prophet of the Lord, gotta teach his people, exposing all the lies with the truth. Now they can see the evil, we the lost children of the Lord. YAHANNA, chopping heads off with my sword. Holy Bible, one west, one west, one west, one west, one west, till they bury me. One west, one west,
Yeah,
one west, one west, one west, till they bury me.
I'm really for my people, y'all just playing games. I'm all about the truth, we are not the same. I'ma shoot it to you straight, wouldn't love to slay. U.P.K, y'all finished, bitch, yeah, you know the name. Started on the streets back in '69. Read it in the record, now I want what's mine. Came up from the dust, now you see the shine. Ain't no cowards in my camp, all we know is grind.
Priest and prophet of the Lord, gotta teach his people, exposing all the lies with the truth. Now they can see the evil, we the lost children of the Lord. YAHANNA, chopping heads off with my sword. Holy Bible, one west, one west, one west, one west, one west, till they bury me. One west, one west, one west, one west, one west, till they bury me.
Well, it's verse 2 when it's game time. Shield of David, no gang sign. Nothing but truth that we bring to you. Change on the spirit, we breaking loose. Repent for your sins and from within. Become a new man and then you stand for all the people who need you. Damn right we gon' teach you. Cause the preacher man be lying, telling all them lies, but he still wants your ties. For the new car he drives, it's not time that we wake up. Ain't no devil gon' save us. All we need is the truth. 144 in them boots, boots.
Priest and prophet of the Lord, gotta teach his people, exposing all the lies with the truth. Now they can see the evil, we the lost children of the Lord. YAHANNA, chopping heads off with my sword. Holy Bible, one west, one west, one west, one west, one west, till they bury me. One west, one
to make chords, this is it. Congratulations. The chords are already made for you.
And we can drag one of these chord progressions in. That's cold.
How I'm supposed to live in America. Every day is open season on niggas in America. The boys in blue hunting down my kinfolk in America. They teach their children to hate my black skin right here in America. Indoctrinating us to worship them in America. Stuck in the church, still the trend in America. For centuries we've been trying to make friends with America. The oppression's engineered to be perpetual in America. How we supposed to separate ourselves?
All right, so y'all should be able to hear me now. Can y'all hear me? Put a one if you can hear me. Check. Yeah, y'all should be able to hear me. All right. Hey, Shalom. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I'm the Commander General YAHANNA. We are not affiliated with any so-called Hebrew Israelite group. We are the home of the truth. You understand? Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth of the Bible to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, letting them know who they really are according to the Bible. You're not a color. You're not a rich port. You're not the nation of hell. All right? You are the 12 lost tribes of the nation of Israel. The Most High chose a man, just like he chooses a man throughout all of history, throughout the Bible. Chose a man to lead blacks and Hispanics, and in this time, he chose Commanding General YAHANNA to lead blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. All right. So with that being said, if you got any questions, this is the scripture breakdown class. You understand? So you have any questions, I do my best to answer them. If I cannot answer them, then I can ask someone who knows more than me to for an answer. All right. And I can have you, I can have that answer for you next week, if not sooner. All right, so if you have a question, you can go ahead and put them in the chat. We also have the link in the chat to join in. You should see a StreamYard link in the comments. So if you want to jump in live with us, you know what I'm saying, hit that link. If you could, you know, I could definitely use a reader. So like, definitely use a reader tonight. So if you can, hit that link, jump into the chat. Biblical Shot. All right. All right, so as you can see, man, first of all, give Commander YAHANNA a hand. You know what I'm saying? Get a UK a hand. You know what I mean? Holding down the Feast of Tabernacles in London right now as we speak. You understand? Which is glorious and which is honorable, because of course we know, we know that our people are scattered abroad. You know what I'm saying? Our people are scattered abroad, the whole four corners of the earth. You understand? We everywhere. And thanks to the work of the men in the I.S.U.P.K under Command General YAHANNA, under the Most High Christ, you understand, we've been reaching those brothers and sisters. You understand? And right now, Command General YAHANNA, along with his right-hand man, General Muhammad, you know what I'm saying, General Mayaka Alaka, General Hazayan, you know what I'm saying, General Kubala Mop, they all out there, you know what I'm saying, visiting the UK and burning it down in the spirit of the Most High. All right, so I want to recognize that, get out of hand, because our oppressor is everywhere. Our oppressor is absolutely all over this thing. You know what I'm saying? Keeping us oppressed wherever we at. You know what I'm saying? And that could be, you know, the pink man, and it could also be the Hamite man, the fly man. You understand? It could be the pink man or the fly man, or, you know, the yellow man, or whoever, wherever. You understand? They all over the world oppressing blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And today, man, we're gonna read about that oppressor. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna read about the wicked today, man. So I'm gonna go to Psalms chapter 55. All right, verse 1 says, "Give ear to my prayer, O God, and hide not thyself from my supplication." This is what you gotta understand, man. Now, the book of Psalms is written by David. You know what I'm saying? It's a book of songs, a book of poems, if you will. All right, because our people have always been poetic. That's why we're the best musicians. That's why we make the best music. You understand? You listen to our lyrics, and you hear the pain in our music. You understand? Or you hear the freedom in our music. You understand? Which is why it says also, you know what I'm saying, they require a song of us. Because we make the best music, man. You understand? We the salt of the earth. So it says, like, this is one of the songs that David wrote, a poem that David wrote. And it says, "Give ear to my prayer," and this is a prayer, "O God, and hide not thyself from my supplication. Attend unto me and hear me. I mourn in my complaint, and making noise. You understand? This is the state we in right now. We're in a state of mourning right now. And in David's time, he was mourning. But did he, try to go hand in hand with everybody? No. You understand? Did he pray that they would just that the oppressor would get off his back? Did he pray that we can all have peace and we can find peace in each other and learn to understand one another and come together and sing praises? Hallelujah. No. Understand? We keep reading. Because it says, I mourn in my complaint and make a noise because the voice of the enemy, because of the oppression of the wicked. You understand? He's complaining because he's oppressed. And he's oppressed by a wicked people. If you Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, man, you know what it's like to be oppressed by a wicked people. To be oppressed by people who treat you worse than they would dogs. They locked Michael Vick up for fighting dogs. You understand? Wanted to, give him a whole life sentence. Hey, Shalom, Triple Gabar, y'all. Shalom, young man Lewis. Let me go up the list real quick. Super Masha, Shayara, Salaki. I always mess up her name for some reason. I know your name. Shayara, Crystal Morris. Who else we got? Let me bring Lewis in real quick. Hey, Shalom, Lewis. What's going on, Warrior?
Hey, Shalom, say about y'all about Shemin Shabrak.
Y'all about Shem Y'all Shabrak. Who else we got in here? We got Shayara, Robert Sabolo. What's going on? Yeah. All right. Limitless, Triple Gabar, y'all. All right. So where was I? You understand? So yeah, like I was saying, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man, we know what it's like to be oppressed by people who treat you like dogs, man. Treat you worse than dogs. Because they tried to give Michael Vick a life sentence, man. Took away his football career and all that for a while. Hey, Shalom, Jaheem. How about Shem Y'all Shabrak?
Shalom, y'all about Shem Y'all Shabrak.
But when it comes down to the oppression of us, when it comes down to the brutality that they have towards our people, you know what I'm saying? No one goes punished. You understand? No one cares. They put you on the TV, and soon as you go up on the TV screen, all of a sudden, excuse me, all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? They remember everything you've ever done in your life. It's like soon as a cop, unalives you, all of a sudden everybody in the entire world knows all the wrong that you've ever done your entire life. And if they can't find anything wrong with you, they make assumptions. You understand? Meanwhile, when their people, commit mass unalivings, the first thing they think is, well, what was going on in his mind? He must have been going through some psychological problems. He might have needed therapy. They try to look for the best in their people. Meanwhile, they always look for the worst in our people, even though it's them that's taking our lives. How many people how many Black people how many Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians do you know that just randomly take the lives of white people? You understand? Does it happen on a global scale? Does it happen frequently? Absolutely not. We're not the people that take that type of violence towards them, even though after all the violence they've committed to us, man. Even though after all that violence they committed on us, we still don't look at them like that. You got sporadic moments where it happens, but we don't have that type of feeling, that bloodlust that they have. You understand? Could somebody read that for me? Psalms 55, verse 3.
Psalms 55, verse 3.
Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, hold on real quick. Before you do that, I'll keep this. Give me Obadiah 1. Yeah, give me 1 and you can start at 1. Matter of fact, because I might read the whole Obadiah. That's a good chapter. Yeah, just give me 55. Lewis, if you could, give me Obadiah 1 and 1.
Can I don't come?
Like you say, you can hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. By the way, if I could, you know what I'm saying? I'm holding it down for Officer Kazak, who couldn't be here tonight. You understand? So we're gonna hold it down for him tonight. You know what I mean? Like I said, if you got any questions, bring your questions. Go ahead.
So, okay, sir, which scripture you want to be read first?
Jaheim, if you could give me Psalm 55, and you can pick up at 3.
Come on, sir. I think my voice ain't going in and out.
Oh, okay, I can hear you clearly right now.
You can still hear me?
Mm-hmm.
This the book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 3. Because of the voice of the enemy.
All right, start right there, real quick. David knew he had enemies, man. You know what I mean? I was bringing this up Saturday. Like, Christians think that, you know, this Bible ain't about enemies. They love to talk about David. They love singing about David and how David danced and all this stuff. David was dancing because of the destruction of his enemies. You know what I'm saying? These songs are about the destruction of his enemies. You understand? So what hypocrisy are you learning in that Christian church to where you believe in what David wrote in the Old Testament, but you don't believe in what he wrote, really? You know what I'm saying? You believe in David, but you don't believe in what he wrote. You understand? You reverence David, but you don't honor what he actually cared about and what he prayed about. He knew he had enemies. He had enemies back then, just like we have enemies today. All right, keep reading.
God, because the oppression of the wicked, for they cast.
And he knew about the oppression of the wicked, man. He knew there were people oppressing his people. Go ahead.
For they cast iniquity upon me.
They cast iniquity upon thee. Somebody answer me that. How do the enemies, in today's time, 2023, how do oppressors cast iniquity upon us?
They say blacks and Hispanics are They say Hispanic people are rapists. They say blacks and Hispanics are thugs, robbers, murderers, all that. When they the true robber and murderers.
No sweat. Listen, like you right. That's more like they're casting what's it called? They're accusing us. You know what I'm saying? They're slandering us. That's slander. That's more like slander, right? So what David is saying is these oppressors casting iniquity on us. What does that mean? Like what is iniquity?
Sin.
Right, sin. What you gonna say, Louis?
Now, Sluggy, sir, I was gonna ask if it's like when like in today's terms, like they like all these things are in your face, like strip clubs are legal, prostitution and all those things, like it's like they entice you with these things, but they don't really tell you to do it, but it's everywhere. So because of your oppression, you find these vices by strip clubs, drugs, all kinds of things.
Yeah, you're right. What's going on? Shalom, y'all about some y'all Shabbat Thug Magazar. Hey, Matuwaka. I said Matawaka.
Walker. What's good? What's good?
That's what I said. Yeah, it was good. All right, so you know what I mean? Like you right, Lewis. You know what I'm saying? I'll take you one further because you said they don't tell you to do it. Listen, they do tell you to do it. In the church, they tell you to eat pork. How do I know? Because they serving it in the back. You know what I'm saying? If you're in a room, it's like going to the movies or going to an airport or a concert. It's like whatever they're providing is all you can eat. You get what I'm saying? Like you at a concert, you can't bring food from outside and eat it in the concert. And you know what I'm saying? You can leave the concert. They might charge you to get back in. You can leave the concert and go get some food there. You know what I mean? Or if you're on a plane, there ain't no getting off of a plane. So you only can eat what's being provided. You know what I'm saying? At the church, it's like the same thing. You can only eat what they're providing unless you go somewhere else. So all they providing you is pork sausages and ham, ham and what they call it, hog maws and collard greens. Then you gotta eat that. You feel what I'm saying? When they put an alternative lifestyle on your screen and tell you, they got those commercials where they got the pills where they say you can keep living your life just as long as you're taking these pills. That's telling you to keep living that alternative lifestyle, not to change to cure so that you can avoid getting those illnesses, not change so you can avoid being unalive by the Most High. Keep doing your dirt, you know what I'm saying? But take these pills so that it doesn't, turn out bad for you. So it says you don't get unalive. Well, lo and behold, the Most High sent monkeypox. Lo and behold, the Most High sent what was that, COVID-19, because you felt like you can eat whatever you want to eat. You understand? Listen, the judgment of the Lord ain't swift, but it's coming, man. Just because you ate pork your whole life and it didn't and you still alive today, don't mean that the judgment ain't coming, man. Especially when you know better. You understand? If you know it's a sin against the Most High to eat swine, and you do it anyway, then there's a judgment coming for you. You understand?
Right.
Somebody's gonna say, somebody said Salakia.
Salakia, sir. There's actually a new virus.
Go ahead.
It's an eye virus in Pakistan. They say it closed down like thousands of schools in Pakistan right now.
Come on, man. You wonder why we reverence Commander Junior YAHANNA? Commander Junior YAHANNA told us this when COVID-19 hit. When COVID-19 hit, and he told everybody, there's nothing wrong with the vaccine. Get the vaccine, especially if you are what's it called, at risk. If you are at higher risk, then you should get the vaccine. He told you to do that, and he also told you, that COVID-19 ain't gonna be the worst. It ain't gonna be the last disease, and it ain't gonna be the worst disease that comes, man. You understand? He told us that, and I think Commander YAHANNA for that. I thank him for that. You know what I'm saying? I thank him for letting us know to be ready for these things. You know what I'm saying? To stay right with the Most High, because he's who's sending these plagues. All right. Meanwhile, your Christian pastor is telling you, the law is done away with. Grace is on your side. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do anything as long as you keep coming to church and filling up this tithe bucket. But wait, I thought the law was done away with. So why are we even paying tithes? Tithes is the law according to the Bible.
Right.
Did Christ not? Is that the only law that Christ didn't do away with when he died? When he was crucified?
Lucky.
Go ahead.
Yeah. He did away with all the laws except for tithing, paying that money every church day.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. If Christ going on the cross means that all the laws are done away with, then why am I paying tithes at your church? I should not pay tithes at your church. But I do see how you riding in them Bentleys and Lear jets. I see how you got them gator boots on, them gator shoes on. I see how you got that Gucci suit, that 3-piece suit from Gucci or Louis Vuitton or Louboutin. You know what I'm saying? I see how you got your wife in red bottoms. You got her that long hair and red bottoms. I see that. You understand? But I thought the law was done away with. You know what I mean? So that is the even Christianity itself is them casting that iniquity upon us. They put us in the church. They told us that we're going to be Christian. They told the native Indians, the Gadites, and the Reubenites, that if they don't become Christian, if they don't, worship this God, then they'll be unalive. They're gonna take their lives. It's history of this. You know what I'm saying? And then once they done slew all the men. I forget the exact story. I forgot the source. But there's a story about how they would go to these villages, they would slay all the men, and then they would like gather up the women and say that we're gonna start unaliving your children unless you raise this flag up, the American flag, and start to become Christian. And of course, these are women. They don't got no protection no more. And they don't want their children they don't want them to take the lives of their children. So they concede. And then the oppressor raises his American flag up in their neighborhood, and he puts a cross on every corner. You know what I'm saying? And builds a church on every corner. And now they have to be Christian. So yes, they do force it on you. They tell you have to do these things. They tell you have to be these things. But now, because it's 1,000 years later, 100 years later, 50 years later, we look at it like it's not. We look at it like it's like it's us doing it by choice, because it's been so long that we've done it that it became just habit. It became tradition. It became something that's just part of life. So we look at it like we voluntarily did it, but we didn't. It was forced on us long ago. We just kept the tradition of it. You understand? Like when it says, where's that verse where it says, Deuteronomy 28, where it talks about the yoke of iron. You know what I'm saying? They put a yoke of iron around our neck until it's destroyed us. Just like a dog. Let me see where we at with this, man. Is there any more on this, Jaheem?
Con.
You going?
For they cast iniquity upon me, and in wrath they hate me.
Yeah. And in wrath they hate me, man. These are talking about your enemies. These ain't talking about your brothers. You understand? Not your brother that wear a blue flag even though you wear a red one. Not your brother that live on the next corner, on the next block. You feel me? This ain't talking about him. It's talking about the oppressor. It's talking about your slave master. It's talking about the people of a different race, of a different family. You understand? And they hate us. Keep going.
Verse 4. My heart is sore pained within me, and the terrors of death are falling upon me.
Where you at?
Verse 4. Psalm 55, verse 4.
Hold on. All right, drop down to 9. Let me show you what David prayed, man. You know what I'm saying? He didn't pray to come together with his enemies. He didn't pray that the people that hate him began to love him. He didn't pray that, one day little black boys and little white girls would hold hands. He didn't pray that. What did David pray? Read.
Con. Psalm 55, verse 9. Destroy.
What?
Destroy.
What?
Destroy.
What does it mean to destroy?
To destroy.
Slug, yes, sir.
Go ahead, Lewis.
To unalive.
Yeah. Can you give me a definition?
Con.
Somebody give me a definition of what destroy means. And let's see if destroy means hug or love or kiss or hold hand. Let's see. Keep reading them.
Con. Destroy, O Lord, and divide their tongues.
Divide their
What?
tongues, man. What does it mean to divide their tongues?
To put a language barrier.
Yeah. Like Russia, like, okay, if you think about it, right? Russia and Germany, they're the same people, right?
Con.
But what language they speak?
Russians, I don't know what language Germans speak, but Russian, they speak Russian, right?
The Russians speak Russian and the Germans speak German. You know what I'm saying? Like, right, you're right. The Spaniards speak Spanish. You know what I'm saying? So they all got these different languages. You understand? The French speaks French, but they all the same people. Right. They all white. You understand? They all white, but they all speak different languages. And just like it's hard for us to connect with each other, just like how it's hard for a Benjamite to connect with a Haitian, just like it's hard for a Cuban brother to connect with a so-called Negro in America, you know what I mean? Because of that language barrier, that's what's going on over there as well. You understand? Now of course they learn each other's languages so they can communicate, but that's what David is praying for, man. To divide their tongues, to divide their languages, man. Like, because they have what did he call it in Psalm 83? A confederacy, a confederate. They are confederate against us. You know what I'm saying? They join together. So the only way to get them to not be together on one accord one way is to divide their languages. You understand? Keep going.
Con. For I have seen violence and strife in the city.
Right. Drop that. Let me get Obadiah 10. I mean, Obadiah 1. Yeah, just start at 1. You know what I'm saying? David, he saw violence, which is what we see every day in the city.
Slack you, sir.
Go ahead.
I'm holding destroy for you.
All right, give me that real quick.
Destroy. To put an end to to put an end to existence of something.
Hey, get out of hand. Give that a hand. Read it again from the top.
Kan. Destroy. To put an end to an existence of something by damaging or attacking it.
Yeah, man. That's the new vocabulary right there. All right. Y'all don't have to say, I mean, I'm gonna stop saying unalive. I'm gonna just say destroy. You understand? And I hope I might, depending on the context, I might still say unalive. But you understand that destroy, to put an end to something's existence, that's exactly what David prayed. You understand? To put an end to these people, I want to emphasize that. To put an end to these people's existence, to destroy them. All right. So give me Obadiah, and then somebody give me Revelations 11 and 8, real quick.
After
this, go ahead.
I got Obadiah, sir.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Lewis.
This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom. We have heard a root.
Right, my bad. I was a little late on it. You know what I'm saying? This is concerning who?
Edom.
Concerning Edom, man. Edom is the progenitor of the so-called Caucasian race. You understand? Edom is the brother of Jacob, son of Isaac. All right. Rebecca had 2 sons in her womb, two twins. One came out red all over like a hairy garment. You can read about this in Genesis chapter 26. All right, or 25 and 26. And one came out all red all over like a hairy garment, and the other one came out normal. They didn't even explain how he looked because he just came out normal. But they had to explain this other one because it was something different about him. There's only one people on the earth that are naturally born looking red in the skin and hairy all over. All right, that's the so-called Caucasian race. The word Caucasian comes from Caucasus, meaning the Caucasus Mountains of Georgia, Russia. You understand? These are the so-called cave people. Not even so-called. These are the original cave people, the caveman.
Right.
You understand? So concerning Edom, the caveman, read on.
We have heard a rumor from the Lord.
We heard a rumor from the Lord. Read.
An ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle.
Right. Listen, Obadiah is saying he wants to rise up against Edom in battle, not join hand in hand, man. This is what you have to understand about war. War is fighting your enemy, man, for the betterment of your people. That's what war is all about. War is about achieving peace for your people by unaliving other people. That's it. That's what war is in a nutshell. Somebody has to be destroyed in order for your people to thrive. You understand? And Obadiah is calling for war with Edom. Keep reading.
Verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised.
Right. The Most High made his people, the nation of Israel, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, small amongst the heathens. Like everywhere you go, everybody says we the minority. In America, blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, we the minority. Everywhere we go. Whether you in London, whether you in America, whether you in Canada, whether you in Africa, whether you in Australia, Asia, Russia, wherever you at, you're the minority. You small compared to the heathen. And what else? And greatly despised. And greatly
thou art greatly despised.
And greatly despised, exactly. Who's more despised than blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians? Like the Mexicans are natives here. You understand? The so-called Native Indians. You understand? The Hispanic and Native tribes of America were the first inhabitants of this place. But now, if you go to Staten Island, there's mobs of oppressors who are telling these same people to go back wherever they came from. Well, all right, cool. But you go back to them damn mountains over in Georgia, Russia then.
Yeah, right.
Why don't you take your behind back to the mountains? Since we got to go back to where we came from, why don't you go back to the mountains, man? Go live in them caves. You understand? Like, how dare you raise up your voice to even say that to the native people of this land, to the people who you stole this land from? How dare you? You know what I'm saying? You listen, let me not get this show blocked. All right, let's keep reading Obadiah.
The book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 3. The pride of thine heart has deceived thee.
That's what it is, Louis. It's the pride of their heart. And the pride of their heart has deceived them. Read on.
Thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock.
I just said it. Thou that dwellest where?
Thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock.
Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. What does that mean? Break it down. Somebody.
Salah.
Hold on. Hey, Shalom. How about Shem Yahshua Thumb? Officer Sharatazah.
Hey, Shalom.
What's going on? You want to take the class?
Nah, go ahead.
All right. No sweat. Go ahead, Jaheim. You was about to say something?
Go ahead.
No, I was talking about Jaheim. He said Salakia. Oh, he might be trying to say something. We can't hear you.
Salakia.
Go ahead, we hear you.
Oh, you said what does dwelleth in the cliffs mean?
Yeah, the clefts of the rock.
Wouldn't that mean like the mountains and like up high where you looking down on the people?
Okay, you know what I'm saying? But you was more on it than just saying, in the mountains. You know what I'm saying? Like these people, like I feel what you're saying. I think you might be thinking of like people who live up high and then they're able to look down on the people that's down below, which is true. Like in this society, that's what they do. Like in this society, you got some neighborhoods where Esau, he lives in the hills. Like he lived like in Beverly Hills, you know what I'm saying? The Hollywood Hills. He lives in those hills and he does look down on the people down at the bottom, you know what I'm saying, in the valleys and stuff like that. That's true. And you got like in New York, they live in them tall skyscraper buildings where they can sit in their penthouse at the top and look down at the people. That's true. In this case, you know what I'm saying, Edom, he's just talking about living in the mountains, living in caves in the mountains. You know what I'm saying? The cleft of the rock. All right. So keep going, Lewis.
Whose habitation is high.
Right. And that's true. Like you were saying, they do live in those hills. They do live in skyscrapers. You know what I'm saying? Whose habitation is high. Read on. Where you at? What verse you at?
So like it's verse 3, near the end.
All right, keep going. We're gonna read all the way down. We're gonna read down to 10. Keep going.
That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Right. Proud. That's what a proud man says. Who gonna bring me down to the ground? You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle. What does that mean?
Shalaga, sir. Like on the codes of the coat of arms and stuff like that. Like the eagle is always prominent in the coat of arms, or in certain things like for the government or something, like Rome had the big eagle, and now many of the countries have those eagles on their flags.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly right. Those Edomite or Caucasian nations, you know what I'm saying, all have the eagle on their coat of arms. And in America, they got it at the top of the flagpoles. You know what I'm saying? I remember being in elementary school when they would make us say the Pledge of Allegiance. You would see an eagle, like a golden eagle, just with his wings spread out like this, sitting on top of the pole. You understand? And it's commonplace in a lot of like flagpoles. They got that eagle sitting at the top of the pole. Every white nation exhorts themselves like an eagle. You know what I'm saying? It's their national bird. That is the bird that represents them in their spirit. In their spirit. And it had to be an eagle. It just so happened to be an eagle. You understand? It could have been any other bird. Like in Florida, the flamingo bird is very prominent. Right? In in Alaska or in Antarctica, what the penguin is very is prominent. You know what I'm saying? You got the blue jays, you got the robin, you know what I'm saying? You got so many birds, but the eagle, for some reason, just so happened to be white people's favorite bird.
Slack, sir.
Go ahead.
Don't the eagle make nests in the mountains?
We getting there. We getting there. We gonna get
Slack, sir.
You're right. You're right. You understand? Hey, listen, if any of you officers want to jump in at any time as well, you know what I'm saying, feel free. All right. So keep reading.
Khan. The book of Obadiah, chapter 4, chapter 1, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle,
Mm-hmm.
and though thou set thy nest among the stars,
and though thou set thy nest among the stars, right? Like you just said, just like the eagle like to set his nest up in high places. And what can you correlate this to? It says among the stars. What can you correlate this with?
Look,
go ahead, Johnny.
When they had went to the moon, who it was, like Neil Armstrong's son?
Yeah.
And the eagle has landed.
Yeah. One small step for man, one giant step for mankind, something like that.
Con.
Yeah. Yeah. And they put that flag on the moon. That was them setting their nest among the stars. Just the same way they put their flag on the moon is the same way they put their flag on those Native Indian reservations. You know what I'm saying? Those Gadite I'm gonna say not really like villages. You know what I'm saying? When they raided those Gadite villages and they put their flag on their territory, it's the same way they did on the moon, as if the moon belongs to them. They set their Go ahead.
And if I could, do you guys know like who's the original you know the white man's not the original Caucasian, right?
Hmm.
You guys know who the original is?
Slack, sir.
Mm-hmm.
You talking about Cain?
Who was the original people in the mountains, the Caucasus Mountains?
Oh, Slack, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the Japhetic people?
Right. Give him a hand. The Japhetic people. So Esau is not even the Caucasian.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't even the Caucasian, man. You see what I'm saying? He went there and killed the original and killed them, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, absolutely, man. That's all that they do around the entire earth. We're gonna read about that too. What does it say? Yeah, it's right here. We're gonna get to it. Go ahead, keep reading.
Thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord.
Yeah,
Verse 5.
Even though you set your nest up high, even though you put your flag on the moon, you understand? The Lord is going to bring you down. You understand? You got Donald Trump and built the damn Space Force as if he can fight with the angels.
Right.
That's what he built in the Space Force for. If you don't know, Donald Trump and his global elites, they all gather themselves together in confederacy against the Most High to build a space force where they can fight the Most High and his angels. That's what they're getting ready to fight for. Because they know, because of this book that we read, because of the same Bible, you know what I'm saying? They read and they go into the book of Zechariah. They go to what's another one? Ezekiel. You know what I'm saying? They read this book and they know that those things that they call in UFOs are really the chariots of God. that those are really angels of the Most High. You know what I mean? And he's getting ready so that he can fight against those angels. It's not because he wants to see the stars. If you think that America is building spaceships to go and see the stars, you a damn fool. Shalom, Trooper Canal, what's going on?
Hey, how about some your Shabarakathon?
Y'all about some y'all Shabarakathon.
If I could too, I just you know what I'm saying? That when Esau, we can't say white man, right?
Right. Well, not derogatorily.
Okay, but Esau, you gotta remember Esau, he lost his rulership in Europe to us.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? That's during the time. That's when they went into the Caucasus Mountains.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Because he lost his rulership to us. You know what I'm saying? You got to remember, Negroes, Israelites re-ruled under the Byzantine Empire for 1,000 years. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So he know his time. He know his time is about to be up, and that's why he's doing all of this. You know what I'm saying? That's why he got spaceships and all of this stuff, man. Because he know his time is about to be up. He know it's over for him, man. He's been ruling long enough. You understand?
Yep.
Lucky.
Go ahead.
Can that scripture be used as a prophecy? Cause it said, you set your nest among the stars. That's when I'll bring you down. And they did that. They went to the moon in 1969.
Yep.
And the I.S.U.P.K was started in 1969.
Yeah, that's heavy, man. You know what I mean? Give it up to him. You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely a prophecy. It's definitely a prophecy. Obadiah was a prophet. You understand? And you absolutely right. They went up into space in 1969, and the Lord sent the I.S.U.P.K. He sent his spirit back into the earth. While they was going out of earth, the Lord was sending his spirit back into earth. And yes, it's absolutely prophetic. And from that day, there's been nothing but tragedies in America. You know what I'm saying? Very small triumphs and very many defeats in America. You understand? You had 9/11. You had now you got the war in Afghanistan that took them 20 years and they didn't even win. It was a 20-year-long war that they didn't even win. They backed out. They really surrendered. You understand? They really surrendered. Pulled all their people out. Couldn't even pull out all of their people. Left so many of their people over in Afghanistan to the point where they were bargaining to get them, to free them. You understand? The global crisis. What's it called? Their economy fell multiple times. You know what I'm saying? It's in a depression. It's going into a depression right now. It's already in a depression. You know what I'm saying? What else happened? You know what I mean? So many COVID-19, tragedy after tragedy after tragedy. I'm talking about people being there's a full-out world war right now. You know what I mean? Ever since 1969, when they decided to put their flag on the moon, the Lord has been throwing down with them. You feel what I'm saying? So you're absolutely right. It's definitely a prophecy, and it's happening right now. Thus will I read that part again? Thus will I throw you down or something, cast you down?
Come. Thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord.
Yeah, it's happening right before your eyes, man. Keep reading.
Verse 5. If thieves come to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen though they had enough?
Yeah. Even the most common robber would just steal till he can't carry no more. You know what I'm saying? He done filled up all his loot bags. He can't take no more. You know what I'm saying? If he take any more, he won't be able to escape. It's too heavy. It's too much. You know what I'm saying? He feel like he got enough anyway. He's like, all right, you know what? This is enough. I'm gonna go before I get caught. But not your oppressor, man. Not Esau, not Edom. Not your oppressor. You about to say something?
gone, like you said, like a robber. You know what I'm saying? Read that scripture again.
Come. If thieves come to thee, if robbers by night, if thieves come to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they have not have stolen till they had enough?
Right. You see, this is like what Itazal was saying too. It's like, you understand, like a thief, you know what I'm saying? A thief will come and steal. He might take, he might take the expensive things out your house, but goddamn, he'll leave the couch and the chair. You know what I'm saying? He'll leave something.
Right.
But Esau done took everything, your identity.
Yeah.
He took everything, man. Your land, your culture, everything. He don't leave nothing behind for you, man.
You can't even have your women and your children.
You can't, brother.
I can't at least just have that.
You take everything.
Go ahead.
If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes?
Right. Even the grape gathering.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We read about this. What we read this on Saturday?
God.
When you know what I'm saying, talking about, planting grapes and being like having a vineyard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you got a vineyard, you're supposed to leave some of those. You're supposed to leave the outside. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to glean the outside of your fields so that the poor can get some food. You know what I'm saying? And then whatever falls on the floor, you're supposed to let them. You're supposed to leave that for the poor. You understand? But again, our oppressor, our enemy, he wants everything. You know what I'm saying? He can't let you even have a crumb.
Right.
Because he's greedy. Go ahead.
Right. Just like in everything, like in Rosewood, you know what I'm saying? If you look throughout history, you know what I'm saying? Like he would burn down your city, burn down your town, burn down everything. And then he'll destroy you, your town, your city, and then he'll build his heaven on top of your blood, on top of your body, on top of your grave.
Right.
And then no one can live there but him. It'll be a gated community. It'll be lavish with brand new homes and mansions. Meanwhile, it was yours to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? That's the spirit of Esau, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he did to the Native Indians. America was built on their blood, on their bones, their bodies, man. 79 million. He took everything and put them in the reservations. You know what I'm saying? You barely see a Native Indian today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Esau, that's his spirit.
Nah, you're absolutely right. You can't walk outside your house. This is the land of the Native Indians. This is the land of I don't even like to say that, but this is the land of the indigenous people or the First Nation people. This is their land. Where they at? They nowhere to be found. Because this is what happens when you have a oppressor who just wants everything.
Right.
He will destroy. So like, if I could real quick, he will destroy every single last one of your people, so that he can't even. So he don't have to look at you ever again.
Right.
Go ahead.
And then he mock you too. He put you on a football team.
Yeah.
Put you on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
You understand? Look how big Florida is alone. You give the Native Indians, you promise them a peace treaty, and the peace treaty he made a peace treaty because he was losing the war. Mm-hmm. He was losing the war, man, to the Seminole Indians. He was losing the war, so he made a peace treaty to trick them. That peace treaty was to make them Seminole Indians fall back and say, okay, no sweat, we ain't finna fight no more, just give us this. And then he turned on them. Mm-hmm. He didn't even keep it, man. He shoved them in their reservations, man. You know what I'm saying? This big Florida alone is humongous, all this land. And you found this one little spot to put the Native Indians where they can't grow any crops. You understand what I'm saying? It's not fruitful there to do anything. They took everything for themselves.
Yeah.
That's the spirit of Esau, man. He's a murderer, man.
Yep.
He's a murderer.
Nah, you absolutely right, man. Give it up.
Lucky, sir.
Go ahead, Johnny. Oh, not.
Oh, so lucky, sir. And if I may, just piggyback off of what Officer Rogers I was saying, that Esau needs to be tamed. Like they need to have the children of the Lord up under them. I mean, over them, to show them, to make sure they ain't defiling the whole earth. Just like in the time of when King David. And if I may, could I put a precept on that?
Right. Go ahead.
Come, sir. It's in the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 8, verse 14. If I may.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Officer Rochester was saying, like we had rulership over them in the Byzantine Empire, and we also had rulership over them in David's empire, in David's kingdom. Well, you couldn't leave him alone, couldn't let him alone, because he's always scheming up to do something evil. It's just in his nature. So if I may, could I read the precept, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
Come. The book of 2 Samuel, chapter 8, verse 14. And he put Garrett, so like I'm gonna go with 13. And David got him a name when he returned from smiting of the Syrians in the valley of Salt, being 18,000 men. And he put garrisons in Edom. Throughout all Edom put he garrisons, and all they of Edom became David's servant. And the Lord preserved David whithersoever he went. So like him.
Yeah, no, that's definitely it. And you know what I'm saying? I believe this is right after he went to war with the Amalekites. Somebody can help me with that. Shiraz, that's when this time is, right? After the war with the Amalekites.
Where he at?
2 Samuel 8.
2 Samuel chapter 8.
Oh, Ammon. My bad, Ammon. No, was it Ammon?
He's on 2 Samuel chapter 8.
Salaki, sir. It's a in the beginning it's a Moab and Philistine.
Yeah, he was the Philistines, the Hamites.
Okay, yeah. And Moab. All right,
And
yeah.
Moab.
But you know what I'm saying? Like you absolutely right. You know what I mean? Like that, and that's how you know that David was going to war with the Edomites, man. He was going to war with all type of nations. But go ahead, what you brought this out for? To say, I mean.
Oh, Salaki, sir. Just to say, like, we always had an eye on Edom. Like we always kept a watch out for them, because they was always, trying to kill and conquer. And at one point, David had them as servants. So it was like they been our servants throughout history until we stopped following the Most High.
Right. So yeah, you're absolutely right. And this is like what we need to understand. That's the way that it's supposed to be, man. We're supposed to have rulership over all these nations. We said like in song, like in I think it's Isaiah, where it talks we're gonna put them in their place, or is that Revelation?
You're talking about
the people shall take them and put them in their place.
Yeah. Isaiah 14.
Isaiah, right? So you know what I'm saying? We're just like how David was doing, putting garrisons all throughout the land of Edom. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're gonna be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like America is doing it today. Like they got garrisons in Hawaii. They got garrisons in like near Japan and stuff like that. They got garrisons in Japan, in Hong Kong. You know what I'm saying? They got garrisons all over the world. And like a garrison is like a what they would call, what's the word?
It's like it's like an embassy.
Yeah, but I was gonna say like a base. You know what I'm saying? It's like a base. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? Like that's what David was doing. He was doing that in Edom. Who knows where else we had bases, embassies. You know what I mean? Like an ambassador is someone someone you put in charge of that zone. You feel what I'm saying? That's what the whole embassy is for. It's for someone from your people, from your nation, to keep check on what's going on in that area.
Right.
You know what I mean? So who was reading Obadiah? Lewis, right?
Verse 6. Continue, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out?
Mm-hmm.
How are his hidden things stored up?
Mm-hmm. Verse
7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border.
Right. This is us, like this is us right now, right here. You know what I'm saying? Bringing out the secret things of Edom, the hidden things of Edom. You know what I'm saying? Esau don't want you to know about this. America don't want you to read about this in the Bible. That's why they work so hard so that you don't believe in the Bible. They told you what to believe about the Bible so that you never believe the Bible. So now you got Black and Hispanics coming up to me and you know all these officers in the UPK talking about the Bible is a white man's book. No, you believe in a white man's doctrine. That's the difference.
Right.
It's not about the book. It's about what you believe. But you believe in what your oppressor told you. You believe that King James is a alternative lifestyle white man. You believe that the Bible was written by white people. You believe that the people who wear small hats are the real Jews. You believe these things. Why do you believe this? Let me guess. Because white people taught you. It's not the truth. If it was the truth, I would understand. I would throw this book away too if it was the truth. If I read this book and I found out that this is about Esau and that, you know, the Israelites are the so-called white people and that I'm supposed to be their slaves, I'll throw this book away too. If I found out that the kingdom of heaven belongs to them, I'll probably jump off a damn cliff. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably do? I'll resort to evil. I'm gonna just keep it real because that would mean that if I believe in heaven and I want to go to heaven, I have to be good, right? I got to live right and keep the laws of God and all that stuff. And in my mind, you know, this is what they taught me. So they tell me that you got to be a good little. Oh damn! Hold up. You got to be a good little black kid to get to heaven. Well, I'm gonna commit evil because I don't want to be in heaven where you're there. I don't want to be there. If this is what heaven is, then take me to hell.
Right.
You understand? Because I'm not trying to be in heaven with you. You're the worst person on the earth. You're the worst people. You're the most diabolical, bloodthirsty people that exist in the entire earth. Who would want to be stuck with you for eternity? That's hell.
Right.
Come on, man. That's hell. Keep reading.
The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee.
Keep going.
And prevailed against thee.
Keep going.
They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee.
Keep going. I would love to touch on this. I just want to keep it going for time's sake.
There is none understanding in him. Verse 8. Shall I not in the day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom?
Even
and understanding.
The Lord going to destroy even the wise men. See, you worrying about Donald Trump. You worrying about Joe Biden? Come on, man, Joe Biden. That's who you worried about. That's who you think the evil man is. Come on. He's evil. He definitely evil, and so is Trump. But what does it say? The Lord shall destroy even the wise men of Edom. Those ain't the wise ones, man. Just because they president over an entire country does not make them wise. You don't have to be wise to be in charge of America. You don't. Right. You actually got to be dumb to be in charge of America, because that's the only way they can use you. They can't use you if you wise.
Right.
They can't use you if you smart. If you actually gonna make changes that need to be made in America, everybody can see who really needs the help in America. Everybody can see that the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the most oppressed and destroyed people on the face of the earth. Everybody can see that. And if you were wise, you would do something to help those people. If you were wise, you would know that they're the children of God, and you would give them everything you have. That's why they can't deal with wise people. They gotta deal with dumb people. They gotta put dumb people in the Oval Office. But the Lord gonna destroy even the wise, man. Keep reading.
And understanding out of the mount of Esau.
Yeah, they don't understand a damn thing. Keep going.
Verse 9. And thy mighty men, O demon, shall be dismayed, and to the end of every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
Yeah, by what?
By slaughter.
No, by hugs and kisses and rainbows.
By slaughter.
No, by doing what everybody loves all the time.
By slaughter.
By slaughter, man. By destruction.
Right.
By putting an end to something's existence. Keep going.
Verse 10.
Now this is now why is this happening? This is the question you have to ask. Why is this in the Bible, man? Why is all this evil and destruction and unaliving in the Bible? The Bible that's supposed to be about peace and love. The Bible that's supposed to be about mercy and grace and everybody coming together. Why is this talking? Why is it talking about unaliving the mighty men of Teman? Why is it talking about bringing down Edom? Why? I thought God loved everybody. Why is it saying this?
Right. Verse 10. For the violence against thy brother.
For the
violence.
For thy what?
For thy violence.
You don't know that God hates your violence? You don't know that God hates when you destroy his people, when you unalive his people? You don't know that God hates when you throw his people into prisons for no reason? Oh, you don't know these things. You don't know that God is a just God, huh? For thy violence against who?
Against thy brother Jacob.
Oh, I thought we were brothers. Every time Edomite say brother to me, I feel a sense of racism coming off of him. Hey, brother. Oh, you racist son of a... When they say brother, it just feels racist. It feels like it's got, death coming behind it. I probably shouldn't have said that, but I just had to. I felt like it made the point. Salakia, if I get checked, Salakia, forgive me. But I just feel that destruction behind that word when they say it. Like I can say it to a brother and it feels like endearment. You know what I'm saying? It feels like the N-word. When we say the N-word to each other, it feels like endearment. It feels like brotherhood. When I say brother, I'm like, hey, what's going on, brother? Shalom, brother. It feels like a sense of calm and peace, charity. When they say it, I feel like there's a knife coming my way.
Right.
I feel like I gotta dodge a bullet or something. Like, hold up.
Got it.
Who said
you guys? Con. If I could too, do you guys know who Teman is?
Mm-hmm.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
Salakia, is that Germany?
Right. Give him a hand.
Well, the studies.
And why are they going to be cut off?
So like, For the violence of our brother Jacob.
No, but why does it say that, you know, for the wise men of Teman?
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
The mighty, it said mighty man, Salaki.
For the mighty man, why does it say that? Go ahead.
Salaki, sir. I don't really have an answer.
You want to give it a shot? Go ahead.
I'll give it a shot. Did the Germans say they was Hebrews also? If I'm not mistaken.
Salaki. They the ones with the most advanced weapons.
They're the wisest of the tribe of Edom. You know what I'm saying? They're the wisest of the tribe of Edom. That's why, you know what I'm saying, the Lord said mighty men, because most of modern day technology in America uses right now today come from the wise men of Germany.
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yeah, like how you were saying, sir. After World War II, United States freed a lot of their scientists and brought them over, gave them freedom to what they had to do was bring everything that they knew in all their technology over to the United States. And they pardoned them for all the crimes that they did, like by killing all them fake Jews and everything. A lot of them got pardoned. A lot of the scientists got pardoned. So like you said, like that's why they being punished, because you know they created a lot of evil, and the United States took a lot of that evil and adapted it into their technology. So like this, sir.
No, you're right. You're right. But I just wanted to bring that out for edification. So you guys know, you know, that's why it says mighty man of Teman. You know what I'm saying? Because they, you know, a lot of the modern day technology America uses today come from those wise men of Germany. You know what I'm saying? They're like the Germans are the wisest tribe out of Edom. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Wasn't it a German that developed the atomic bomb?
You gotta Google that. I'm not sure about that. But you gotta remember, Albert Einstein was a German.
Right.
Remember, he was a German born in a Jewish family. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, like if I could too. That term Ashkenazi, that basically means German. Right? Like the Jewish man, like here's what people don't, or I don't know if they don't teach it or if they choose not to remember, or they want to remember the Holocaust, but they don't remember the real details. Right. The so-called Jewish people that were in the Holocaust were Germans. They were German. You understand? The German people and those Jewish people were one and the same. They're the same people. Hitler was a Jew. He was Jewish, I should say. He was Jewish, but he was raised Jewish. But then he realized that this book that they claim to believe in, that tells them that they're Jewish, tells them it states in there that the Jews are black. You know what I'm saying? Hitler knew that the Jews were black. And because he was told this lie as a kid, it made him resent the Jewish people. This is what they don't tell you in your history class. They only skip straight to the part where Hitler started going crazy. No, right. Hitler found out through just opening up the Bible, opening up whatever translation of the Bible they got over there. He opened it up, realized Jews are black. He's like, all right, so if y'all want to be black, how about I put you in this oven and show you what it's like to be black? You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
That's why he wanted to build the so-called superior race. It's like I'm gonna prove to you that white people with blue eyes and blonde hair are better than, black people. They're better than the Jews, the real Jews. Why you want to be Jews when you could be who you are? The greatest people on the earth, the real greatest people on earth. To hell with that Bible. That's how he felt about it. You don't believe me? You can look it up. He wrote about it. Go ahead, Kana.
Con, sir. And what you're saying is heavy too, because before the war, what started it all was those fake Jews was oppressing the Germans.
Yeah, that's what they say. Well, because they had the wealth.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, and so like it, they was getting accepted into colleges. They was having like all, like you say, they had all the wealth. They had like majority of the things, like how like you say, like the Jews was living in Germany, and then the native Germans were being oppressed by the Ashkenazis.
Right, give them a hand. You know what I'm saying, like, it's called a class system.
Sir.
Almost every nation, every country has a class system. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Almost every nation has a class system where if you're in this class in society, you're above everybody else. And you got the middle class, and then you got the lower class. You know what I'm saying? It's a class system in each society. The Jewish people in Germany were considered the higher class people. This is the same way in America. You know what I'm saying? Those Jewish people are higher class in America. They're not in the ghetto with you. You understand? They're not on food stamps. Well, no, let me take that back. They're definitely on food stamps. They getting welfare checks. Better believe that. But they're not standing in line for it, sweating in the hot heat. You know what I'm saying? They're not choosing food stamps over their baby daddies. You feel what I'm saying? They get to keep their whole families and get the benefits that you get rid of your husband for. All right? But you absolutely, what also Shratazai saying is absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? Those are the mighty men of Teeman. They got those, like you said, like, yeah, I believe they do have the nuke. They were the ones that came over the nuke. It was like a global race to get that nuclear power from Germany. Like, everybody wanted that nuclear power that Germany created. They wanted it, but they wanted it to destroy the earth. Germany, I think at first it started off, well, knowing Edom, everything is about damn destruction and unaliving things. But it has more uses than just going to war. You know what I'm saying? You could actually power car. We was talking, Officer in the Shock and Lewis was talking about it in the car not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? You can use that type of power to power grids. You know what I'm saying? You could power a whole neighborhood with nuclear power. And you'll never, and it's like replenished. It's like it doesn't need to be recharged. It just will keep going and going and going. You know what I'm saying? It'll power your car without you having to refuel. You know what I'm saying? It really has more uses than just blowing things up. But of course, there's no profit in that. There's only profit in war. There's only profit in charging you for energy. There's no profit in having things that are self-sustainable. There's no profit in it. There's no profit in curing you. It's only profit in treating you. You get what I'm saying? And because of that profit, your oppressor will not allow you to be self-sustainable. You know what I'm saying? He won't let you live off the grid, collect rainwater, grow your own crops without his hand in it. You feel what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Right. Verse 7. Kan. Sorry, verse 11.
Right. Read 10 again.
Kan. The book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 10. For the violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
And thou shalt be what?
Cut off forever.
Here's the future of Esau. Esau is going to serve 1,000-year-long sentence. Well, depending on how long this right here goes on, depending on how long America and the captivity of the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians goes on, that determines how long they're going to have to serve captivity. The Bible says reward her double. And we've been here for about 500 years. So because of that, they got 1,000-year-long sentence. They got 1,000-year-long sentence. And after that, they just going to be cut off, man. They're gonna be cut off, and what it means to be cut off means to be destroyed. To read the definition. You still got that definition of destroy?
Khan.
Real quick, if you could.
Destroy. To put an end to the existence of something by damaging or attacking it.
There it is. To put an end to an existence of something. The existence of Edom, aka your oppressor, the pink man, will be he will no longer exist. He will be destroyed by definition. And Barakatah Yahweh shot for that, man. You know what I'm saying? The water Yahweh shot for that. Because that day is coming. It's prophesied. That's what I'm saying. Obadiah is a prophet. He's telling you what's going to happen. This is the future. This right here is like a time machine. This book right here is like a time machine. You can see into the future, into the past, and into the present. All through this book. This book right here is a time machine, man. Somebody give me Revelation 11 and 8. Marcus, was you holding that?
I got it.
Go ahead. If you want to read, I'll let Jaheem read it.
Come, sir.
Come, this the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie.
Give me Revelation 12 and 12 while you there.
Come.
Read it again.
Come, this the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city.
Give me read a verse or two above that.
Come. The book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 6. These have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy, and have power over water to turn them to blood, and to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will.
Okay, this is talking about hold on.
Yeah, verse 6.
Yeah, verse 6. Hold on. This is talking about the angels. Right? The Lord is sending out angels. He's giving them the power to shut heaven and it rain not. You know what I'm saying? That's talking about what do they call it? Drought. You know what I mean? So it had the power to cause a drought, and of course we know that only the Most High got the power to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Says and have power over waters to turn them to blood. You know what I'm saying? Like they did with Moses. Boom, boom, boom. And to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will, which is happening right now. This is what you gotta understand. Like I just said, I literally just said this. This Bible is about prophecy. It's about, prophecies and also what happened in the past. It talks about the past, the future, and the present. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you're reading right now. This book that was written thousands of years ago is evident today. Right now, we're going through this droughts, plagues. You know what I mean? What else it said? Power, water into blood. That happens. That happens. Like it's not literal blood, but the sea turns red every so often because it is bacteria in the water. But then you also got moments where fish are just dying by the hundreds and thousands. Fish washing up on shore. You know what I mean? This happens. This is happening right now today. Keep going.
Come, verse 7. And when they shall have finished their testimony, the beast that ascendeth out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them, and shall overcome them.
What is this beast? Who is this beast?
The so-called oppressor. The oppressor.
Right. You know what I mean? It's talking about America, talking about Russia and Germany. You know what I mean? Go
This
ahead.
is, if I could, this is the Renaissance ages. This is the Renaissance ages scripture where it says like the white man, I mean Esau, he didn't have the power to spread the lies anymore. That's because we was ruling 1,000 years. Remember, we ruled 1,000 years, and we were not in the truth, but we were great. You understand? In Europe, and he came out of the pit, and he made war with us. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we are the dead bodies that lie in the street. This one of those Renaissance ages scriptures.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what's on first? Keep going.
Gone. So like the beast that ascendeth out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them, and shall overcome them, and kill them. Verse 8. And their dead bodies.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing too, though, because like Officer Shirazazai just said, you're saying this definitely happened. Yeah, red tide in the Shah Yashala. That's what I'm talking about. The red tide. You know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? This definitely happened during the Renaissance age, and it's happening again. It's happening all over again. Just like going into slavery. The Lord told us this, that we would go into slavery, and we did. Then we went into slavery again. Why? Does anybody know why?
Salah.
Go ahead.
Because we didn't follow the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's it. It's the same reason every time. Because we didn't obey. And you would think, you know, if it was anybody else, you know what I'm saying, they would get it by now. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, it don't take everybody else this many times to get it right. Everybody else can put it together. Like, okay, hold up. Even the East Indians realized when COVID hit, it was like, okay, these guys ain't working. Let's throw these things in the water. Throw them in the river, man. You know what I'm saying? Even they realized that something ain't right. But us, you know, we hard-headed, stiff-necked, and rebellious. You get what I'm saying? So we need to be shown over and over and over again. You feel me? And that's why even today, this verse, read.
Gone. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street.
That's why even today, George Floyd had to lie in the street with a knee on his neck. Read it again.
And their dead bodies shall lie in the street.
That's why even today, Tamir Rice gets gunned down for playing with a toy gun. Read it again.
And their dead bodies shall lie in the street.
That's why even to this day, man, our bodies fill the streets. Keep reading.
Of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
This place today is called Sodom and Egypt. Everybody running around talking about I'm a he, I'm a him, I'm a she, I'm a them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody weren't running around wanting to change their pronouns and confusing the place. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely confusing everybody. I don't know what the hell. What is a them? Who the hell? Who's them? What the other one at? If you a them, what the other one at? That's called split personality disorder. That's split personality disorder. It should be diagnosed as such. If you think you are them, you need help. You need to have your brain analyzed. And I'm not joking. Like, this is out of love. If I could, somebody tell me when was they used to call alternative lifestyle mental disorder. How long ago was that?
I believe that was in like the 80s or something.
I think it was like the 90s. I think it was up until the 90s. But that's why I'm at. Like, if somebody could look it up, like you might not be able to find. They used to look at alternative lifestyle as a mental disorder. It was classified as that. Like, you have a mental issue if you think that you're a boy who should have sex with another boy.
I got.
Go
It
ahead.
was in 1973.
Mm-hmm.
That's when they removed it. So
That's when they removed it.
they
Okay.
removed 73.
There you go. In 1973, 1973, they removed alternative lifestyle from being a mental disorder. And ever since then, the world has been filled with cuckoo nuts. Pause. Crazy people. You wonder why? Listen, how many times have a mass shooter been alternative lifestyle, dressing up like a woman, wearing makeup? How many of them? You know what I'm saying? This is recent. This ain't in the 70s. This ain't the 80s. This ain't the 90s. This is 2020s. Where some crazy person runs into a school, a church school, whatever they call it, and gets to unaliving all the children. You know what I'm saying? How many times does this happen? How many times is it going to happen, and you're going to sit and you're just going to brush it off like it's not a problem? These are people with mental disorders who need your help, and you're not helping by saying, "Oh, it's just the way they are." You're not helping. You part of the problem. You don't care about those people. You care about your own lust because you a filthy, disgusting mental patient. You have mental disorder. You understand? You hate your damn self. Meanwhile, in I.S.U.P.K, we want to fix these brothers and sisters. We want to keep them alive, keep them from getting the monkeypox and AIDS. We just want to see them destroying themselves, chasing after their lust, chasing after their mental instability. You understand? Where was we at?
We at the end of verse 8, sir.
Read.
Con, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our
Egypt.
Lord
Now,
was.
real quick. My bad. Real quick. Egypt is talking about the slavery. Egypt was most notorious for the slavery. Who was in slavery? The Jews, the Israelites, the Hebrews. That's who was in slavery in Egypt. That's how Egypt got great, because the Israelites built up Egypt. They were the engineers to everything. All those sphinx, those big statues you see, the pyramid, all those things that today white people are looking at and call it the 8th wonders of the world and stuff like that. That was built by blacks and Hispanics.
Hey, Salaki.
Go ahead.
Can somebody pick up where I left off at? I gotta drop out real quick. Like,
Come on, no sweat. Shalom, no Christ.
Shalom, Lord Christ.
You understand?
I got it, sir.
Come on. In Mexico, the Aztec people, they built the same type of pyramids. They built temples in that same type of structure in the land, the Aztec lands. You know what I'm saying? Without YouTube, without National Geographic, you understand? Without somebody to go report and bring back the information from Egypt. They did that because they knew how to do it, because they're the ones that built the ones in Egypt. And they brought that knowledge over to this place and did the same thing for their own rituals, for their own altars. You get what I'm saying? You think it's a coincidence that they got their temples look just like the Egyptian pyramids? Think that's a coincidence? They added a little style to it. They put a little house at the top of the damn thing. It's like, man, we ain't gonna do it like them Egyptians. They tripping. They wanted to cap it off with the gold top, nigga. Nah, we about to put a house on top of it. Put an altar on top of this thing, man. Put some stairs on the side of it so you can walk up. Come on, man. We got all the flavor, man. They didn't go on Shade Room and see the pyramids and copy it. You understand? I hope y'all understand what I'm saying.
Right.
You have YouTube to show them a how-to video on how to build a damn pyramid. They built those pyramids because it was the same people building the pyramids in Egypt. All right.
Sir.
This place is the same place that has those people that built the pyramids in slavery, which is why they got a pyramid on the back of their dollar bill. Go ahead, Kanak.
No, I was just gonna say, and they want to discredit the Lord's people and try to say aliens built the damn pyramid.
Right. Right, man. And guess what? And people will believe anything that a white man say. They'll believe it. They believe it. They don't, but they'll call you crazy for saying that the angels are, I mean, the so-called aliens are angels of the Lord. But they believe when their oppressor says, oh yeah, the aliens built the pyramids. Oh, that makes sense. They believe them when they say the Bible is the white man's book, but when they say that you the people of this book, because everybody in the Middle East were dark skinned. It's right next to Africa. You telling me that Africa is dark skinned, Arabia is dark skinned, Asia got mostly dark skinned people. I don't know if y'all know, but the original Asians didn't look the way they do today. You know what I'm saying? They weren't pale like Esau. They had more hue to them. They were brown. If you look at them, even today, they got a lot of them, but like that, like I said about that class system, the white Asians they're the ones that are upper class. They're the ones that get put on TV. So those are the ones you see all the time. But if you turn on channels like Vice TV, you turn on National Geographic, turn on those channels where they talk about the people that are living in the damn jungle, all of those Asians are dark-skinned people. But the light-skinned people, they the ones you see on Netflix. You understand? The ones you see in the movies and on the news and on TV. Those ones you see, they get all the fame. Meanwhile, their brothers are in the woods eating damn bark. They eating tree bark and bananas trying to survive in Asia. You understand? They eating damn frogs from the side of the road and bats. You know what I mean? That's how people looked. That's just how people look. It was dark skin with different shades of dark. You know what I'm saying? Different shades of brown, different shades of red. You feel what I'm saying? But this place is where the Israelites are. And you know what I'm saying? Now it's spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Keep going. Salaki.
Khan, where our Lord was crucified.
Where our Lord was crucified. You know what I'm saying? How did they crucify him? How did they crucify our Lord? You know what I'm saying? Like we know that Christ wasn't crucified in literal Egypt, nor was he crucified in literal Sodom. Right? What is this talking about?
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
As the lies they made up about Christ.
Mm.
In terms of saying, God loves everybody. Christ is a Edomite.
There you go. Keep going.
And like where when you speak to Christians and you tell them, you got to keep the law, you got to stop eating pork, then they would say, brother, that's nailed to the cross.
Yeah, like that. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? They crucify him by destroying his image, by destroying what he represented, by destroying his lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? I've seen so many images of an alternative lifestyle Jesus Christ. Of course, he was white, so that was already left. But you know what I'm saying? Even that image of Christ, they made him out to be alternative lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention, they'll never show you a picture of a black man named and call that Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Unless they look at it as a joke. You know what I'm saying? If they can pass it off as a joke, then they'll do it. You know what I mean? But you're absolutely right. That's how they crucify our Lord. They lie about him. They fill your head with lies about him. Go ahead.
Verse 9. And they of the people and kindred and tongues and nations shall see the dead bodies 3 days and a half,
Mm-hmm.
and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves.
Mm-hmm. Malazar, you got the Revelation 12.
Kanoka. You ready for it?
But yeah, like what Shiraz, hold on one second. What Shiraz was saying about the Renaissance age, I believe that was definitely how it took place. Like they wouldn't even bury them. Like, they wouldn't even bury them brothers. You know what I'm saying? They would just slay them and let them sit there and rot. You know what I mean? They wouldn't even bury them. They wouldn't even burn. Well, I think in some instances they did burn them. Some instances they made an example out of some brothers, and they would burn them alive. You know what I mean? But then they would leave them on the stake, sitting there. Like they would put these brothers on the stake, tie them to the stake, burn them alive, and then leave them there, and let the crows eat them. You know what I mean? You think you're dealing with a enemy, man. You're dealing with a ruthless enemy. Hold on one second. All right, before you give me this one, right? Give me dang, what is it in Deuteronomy where it says they shall where it talks about how he has a fierce countenance, a nation with a fierce countenance. Yeah, I think it's Deuteronomy 28. Give me that real quick. Let's go back to 12. Go ahead.
That's Deuteronomy 28 and either 49 or 50.
Right. Yeah, I think it's 50. Or we can start at 49.
Kanoka.
Did that real quick, and then we're gonna go back to Revelation 12. And then I'm gonna end it with that since we are.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 49.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far,
Mm-hmm.
from the end of the earth, as swift as an eagle's flight.
As swift of the what?
Swift as an eagle's flight.
The same eagle we read about in Obadiah. The very same one. As swift as an eagle flight. There's no coincidence that the Bible is comparing this people to this eagle. It's the same people. I know it don't say Edom in Deuteronomy 28, but it's letting you know that these are the same people. This is how the Bible is. This is the flow of the Bible. The flow of the Bible lets you know that this is the same people. You understand? If you pay attention to the flow of the Bible, this is why it's such a great thing to know that this is written by Black people. Because if you understand how Black people talk, how Black people deliver they words, you can understand how it was written. You know what I mean? Like this book is written with the flow to it, even though it's different books. Like, please believe all of these different names: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Samuel, Kings, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. All of these different names, they're not just names; they're different books. It's different books, and a lot of them are written by different people. Then you got like Deuteronomy. You got Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. I think Deuteronomy is the last book Moses wrote. Right, but those are all written by Moses. Then you got books like Samuel and Song of Solomon, I believe, is written by Solomon. Obviously written by Solomon. Solomon, Proverbs was written by Solomon, if I'm not mistaken. And David wrote the book of Samuel, the book of Psalms. You know what I'm saying? But they different people have different books. The book of Joshua. Joshua wrote the book of Joshua. The word Bible comes from the word biblios, which means a collection of books. In Spanish, it's biblioteca or biblioteca, whatever, how you want to say it. I might have butchered that pronunciation, Biblioteca, right? It's a place of books, a place of a collection of books, right? The word Bible just means a collection of books. It's not basic instructions before leaving Earth. No. I know it sounds good. You know what I'm saying? I know it sounds real smooth, and your favorite rapper is your favorite rapper because of that. But this is not a rap, man. It's just simple facts. The word Bible means collection of books because this is a collection of books. That's why it says the book of. It's a different book. Every time you read that, the book of, it's a different book. To make it easier to make it more mobile, to make it easier to carry around, because people would carry around books, especially when they did like missions, like Paul sent brothers out on missions. You had to carry these books. It's easier to carry these type of writings when it's all collected into one scroll or one booklet or whatever the case was. You know, so it's easier to carry it around if you got it in this one collection, rather than having a bunch of different scrolls and a bunch of different books. You know what I mean? It just made it easier to carry around. So they had to make this collection to make it easier to carry around. That's all it is. But go ahead, give me Deuteronomy 28 and 49.
Come. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Go ahead.
A nation of fierce countenance.
A nation of fierce countenance, which means they are fearsome to look upon. You know what I'm saying? You get pulled over by that damn devil when that police get behind you and pull you over, and he come to your window. You know what I'm saying? He don't even gotta be mean mugging. He just look like he might take your life today. Right. You know what I'm saying? And now you gotta tighten up, like, oh man, like let me put my hands up here on the dashboard. You know what I'm saying? Let me have my wallet out already. Let me get my wallet real quick before he comes to the window, because I don't want him to. Let me put my phone up here so I don't gotta reach for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you scared to lose your damn life because of this devil. A nation of fierce countenance. Keep going. Go ahead.
Yeah, like, because anytime you see an officer, you knowing them as to serving and protect. Understand? So it's like when you see them, you're supposed to feel comfortable that you're safe when they pull you over or anything.
Right.
They're supposed to serve and protect, but like every time you see them, you just automatically get nervous. They thinking you're nervous because you did something wrong. It's because they just such an evil so and so. Understand? That's just the way they is.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Can't even you just see them get behind you and you tense up.
Exactly.
Because you don't know if you're gonna go home tonight. Keep going. We're gonna get more into it.
Come. Which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young.
Right. What does that mean? Can somebody break that down?
Slack, sir.
Go ahead.
Meaning, like, back in slavery days, like, they wouldn't show favor for, if you were like 2 or say maybe 4, they would sell you. They wouldn't show any favor, let him stay with his parents or something. And like, in modern days, so like when a cop pulls you over, he doesn't show favor to, like just the other day at I saw on Facebook the cop was questioning I think maybe a 4-year-old or 5-year-old, and the child was genuinely scared.
Yeah.
And so for instance, the Mayor Rice, like they didn't
didn't even think twice.
Say cancer. So
Go ahead.
No, you're right, sir. I was just gonna end there, right?
You know what I'm saying? Didn't even think twice before pulling the trigger on that young brother, 7 years old. Didn't even think twice, just hopped out and started blazing. Not even considering, okay, this is a kid. It's probably a toy. You know what I'm saying? No, let me see your hands. Within seconds, this little boy, Tamir Rice, 7 years old, is gunned down by the police. By the police, who, like you said, Magazar, is supposed to be here to serve and protect. You're supposed to be here, and you're supposed to feel comfortable around. You're supposed to feel like you at ease, right? They're supposed to be here to protect you, but of course, it's not to protect you, which is what our people should see. If we look at it like it's just them, it's just the police, and we just can't trust the police. It's not the police, man. It's the whole nation. It's them. Right. It's all of them in collection. You know what I'm saying? Like, because even one of them can come in this, chat room, right? They can come in this on this live and comment and talk about how much they care about black people, and try to say, I understand you guys' frustration, and I think you guys are right. All right, no sweat. So, what you gonna do about it? Oh, I think we just need to find a way to coexist and love. I'm like, nah, man. Like, you talking about coexisting? That's what got us in this position in the first place. If you ain't talking about separating, then I don't want to hear it. That's why listen. Donald Trump, all right in my book. If he want to separate himself from my people, I'm with it. If you want to separate his people from my people, let's do that. I'm with it all day. I ain't voting for you, but I will support. I mean, I will. Like, I'll listen. I'll look forward to it. I'll put it like that. You know what I'm saying? I'll look forward to it. If you get reelected and you talking about resegregating everybody, let's do that.
Right.
Let's bring segregation back into play. You want to make America great again, right? The only way America gonna be great is if black people get to be on their own, white people get to be on their own, and we're gonna see what happens. Let black people, let my people go, goddammit. Ain't that what Moses said? Oh, people don't believe in Moses no more, huh? Yeah, people don't care about what Moses said no more. Not unless it got something to do with loving everybody, right? Or at least the illusion of loving everybody. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, we want what we want also, just to add to what you said, we want justice. Understand? We want justice for all the harm that you did to the children of Israel. We want justice for Tamir Rice. We want justice for George Floyd. We want justice for Trayvon Martin and all these young and older people. Y'all just did unalive young people, not just older people. Y'all did men, women, young and old. They didn't give a damn.
Right. Give me to Revelation 12:12.
Cut on cut.
Over for sure.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12.
Cannot give me give me hold on 1 second. Give me Revelation 13:9. All right, go ahead.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heaven, and ye that dwell in them.
Mm-hmm.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth.
So, like, what is the heavens?
Sulaki.
Mm-hmm.
Would that mean rulership?
Yeah, that's one of the, like, so yes, rulership. You know what I'm saying? Heaven where? Rulership where?
Sulaki, on earth.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Who dwells there, right? That's I guess that would have helped you answer that question a little better. Like, people dwell on earth. Heaven is on earth. There is a heaven on earth. You know what I'm saying? And it's telling us to rejoice in this. You know what I'm saying? If we would have read further up, but I ain't want to read too much because, time's sake. But, you know what I'm saying? Rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. And then what?
Woe to the inhabitants of earth and
Right.
of the sea.
And woe unto the inhabitants of the earth. But is this a contradiction? Because I just said heaven is on earth. So what could I be saying? There's a difference. There's a difference between the people that are in heaven on earth and just other people on the earth. All right. Now, the heaven that this is talking about is our heaven, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians' heavens. You understand? Our rulership. But woe unto them that are the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. Woe unto the people. Woe unto even the animals. God damn it. Why? So I got that backwards. My bad. This is the other way around. The heaven right now is the inhabitants of the earth is us. My bad. Salakia. Right now. But why? Read on.
For the devil is come down unto you.
Damn. For who?
For the heaven, Salaki. For the devil is come down to you.
I might just have to quote this right in Isaiah where it says, Lucifer, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Anybody know where that's at? You ain't gotta pull it. I just want to know if y'all know exactly where it's at in Isaiah. Anyway, like this can be used as a precept for that because it talks about the Lucifer, right? It talks about the devil, but then it calls him a man. All right. So lets you know that the devil is a man. And it says that the devil is come down unto you. And we already read in Obadiah how his habitation is high and how he set his mountain, how he set his nest above the stars. You know what I'm saying? And how he holds himself so high. So it's not only just physical, you don't just live high physically. In his mind, he puts himself high. Like he boasts in himself. You know what I'm saying? He's proud, he's puffed up. So even that is like a metaphor to come down. Like, I'm gonna come down to these people, you know what I'm saying? Stoop to their level, so to speak. Read on.
Having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time.
Right. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna throw Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians into prison. And like Officer Sharad, as I said earlier, it says because he know he have a short time. His time is almost up, man. His time is almost up. All right. Read Revelation 13, verse 9. And we're gonna show you what's coming. You know what I'm saying? His time is almost up. This is about to happen to him soon, and he knows it. So that's why he got to come down on Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians so hard the way he does, the way he is doing right now. We in the book of Revelation. This is the end of the Bible, but it ain't the end of the story. If y'all understand what I'm saying. This is the next chapter. Listen, after Revelation, there's going to be a continuation of the Bible. We live in the continuation of the Bible. And one day this Bible is going to be continued and it's going to talk about how the devil was cast down, how he was, how his time ran out. It's going to talk about how the war ended, that great war, the war to end all wars, Armageddon. It's going to tell you about that war. You understand? Now you need to figure out if you're going to be one of the soldiers in that war, fighting on the side of the Most High, or if you're going to be, just another dead body. You know what I'm saying? Just another pawn used by the devil. Where are you going? What's your story going to be in the Bible? You going to be your enemy's pawn, or are you going to fight for your people? You understand? Are you going to go down in history? Are they going to write a book about you? Are you gonna have a? Is there gonna be a book of you? You understand? Not that we looking to have our names in the book. All we want is the kingdom of heaven, man. All we want is for the things that the Most High told us about in this book to come to life for us, for our people. You understand? Where are you going to be at in that when this things get finished out? Read on, or read Revelation 13:9. But we'll end it. Anybody got the announcements?
Come on, I got it.
Okay. Go ahead.
That's the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear.
If you out there, you know what I'm saying, everybody got ears, right? Everybody got ears. This ain't talking about if you got literal ears. It's talking about if you can get understanding. You understand? If you have any understanding left in you, let him hear, meaning understand this. Go ahead.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
This is the day that the oppressor has coming for him. If you lead into captivity, you are going to go into captivity. You know what I'm saying? What is captivity? Slavery, imprisonment, false imprisonment. You know what I'm saying? If you've done that to people, then it's going to happen to you. You understand? And don't think that because this like you didn't partake in it personally that it won't affect you. The people that did take place in it or took part in it long ago, they're not here to face the consequences. But don't make me pull out the scripture where it says prepare slaughter for their children for the iniquity of their fathers. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what's going to happen. You gotta take accountability for that. You took accountability in all the wealth, took accountability in all the prosperity that came with slavery, enslaving blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians. Took part in that. So don't be afraid to take part in the punishment for it. He that leadeth to captivity shall go into captivity. Read on.
He that killeth with a sword must die with the sword.
Must what?
Must be Salaki. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
That's it, man. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. And we only reading the Bible. Only reading it word for word, quote for quote. If you unalive people for no good cause, you know what I'm saying, which is murder. If you do this to people, then you must be put to death. It must happen to you. You must have your life taken. You know what I'm saying? Even the justice system understand that. This is why they give a life sentence for that crime. If you take somebody's life unjustifiably, you take somebody's life unjustifiably, you get hit with a life sentence or you get the death penalty. You understand? That's how you balance it out. That's called justice. So don't sit here in one instance say that you understand justice when a murderer has to get the death penalty, but you don't understand it when you have to face the same punishment for what your ancestors did. There's no I always forget what it's called. There's no statutes of limitations on murder. So if you commit that crime, then and you don't get that punishment, you know what I'm saying, and you pass away, they can still bring it up on your children because there's no statute of limitations for it. So even though you're not alive today to serve out the punishment for the crime you committed, it can be brought up on your children and their children's children if nobody takes responsibility for it. And that's what the Lord understands, man. The Lord is a just God. The Most High is a just God. You're not just gonna forget about your crimes. The Most High not just about to forget about your crime just because it's been 100 years, it's been 400 years, 500 years. You don't just forget about it. I don't care if the person that did it firsthand ain't here to take responsibility for it. I'll take. Listen, your kids will take responsibility for it. All right. So if you commit, if you unalive somebody, unwilling, if you destroy somebody unjustifiably, you must be destroyed your damn self. All right. With that, pass the class over to Precinct Officer Magazar.
Colonel Khan, Mr. Larkin. This is the I.S.U.P.K security announcement. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they are to seek counsel. Salaki. Time, which is a commandment. Numbers 18, 21, Malachi 3, 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give it to General Mayop or the teacher. Free will offering. Free will offering for the priest, not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like. Upholding convocation.
You got the calendar?
Come on, I got it right here. It's going to be okay. So it's going to be the Feast of Dedication, Hanukkah.
Hold on. Well, let me get you. Let me get it right quick. So right now we're in the Feast of Tabernacles, right? 15th day of the 7th month for 8 days. Friday, 29th of September to Saturday, October 7th. All right. You're gonna celebrate the 7th, the 8th day, Saturday, October 7th, 2023. All right, you can read about it in Leviticus chapter 23, verses 34 through 44. All right, you're gonna celebrate the closing of the feast on October 7th. All right. So you're gonna get with your camp leader, you know what I'm saying, organize a plan to get together with the brothers and sisters in your zone and do a bid, you know what I'm saying? It is a Sabbath, I believe, so we will have a Sabbath service for it. And then the next one will be December 7th. All right, the 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days. This feast of dedication. All right, which is again Thursday, December 7th for 8 days. You can read about that in the First Maccabees chapter 4, verses 52 through 61.
Come, water.
Hey, and listen, start prepare. If you ain't already doing it, brother, sister, prepare for the Passover. It is right around the corner.
Yeah, right.
I'm telling you right now. If you ain't start preparing right now, you already too late. So you better be preparing. Go ahead.
If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. Boots, shirt, pants, headbands, and scarves. And with that, I said, Elijah, we're going to set up a courtesy salute to each other class. Men of Israel, Elijah, Elijah Sabak, Elijah, Barak, Yahweh, Yahweh, Majah Matah, Shalaki. Majah Matah, means hands down. Men of Israel, We're going to set up a courtesy salute for the sisters of the class. I'm in Israel. I'm Michael. Shafak. I'm Michael. Barak. Yahweh Shema and the thing Yahweh Shah. Majid Mataf. Class is missed.
Water for being in class. Make sure y'all sign in. Make sure y'all made y'all sign ins. You know what I'm saying? And sign out.
Kado Khan, Shalom, Lord of Christ.
Shalom, Lord of Christ.
I got to get ready for this slave. Got to go.
All right.
Sins from America's Martin Luther King's dream. Been a nightmare in America. Strange fruit still swinging from the trees in America. It's been a means to an end to live in peace and
I chose St. George's University School of Medicine because at the time that I wanted to go into medicine,
Let me take a second, we reflecting with the light, but this the life, I fucking love it. Wouldn't trade it to be white, now that's alright. I got the right at birth, the devil's redefining worth. No, I don't break a fold, I need and bake the dough, then recreate the flow. They think they making though what they forsake is so essential. Over lentils, get your issue. Guess who's on this instrumental with you? Gives a damn if we was family, view one bread and call it spam. I'm not a fan of Antichrist, they slayed the man, I swayed the Tim like here I am, the son of Sam is taking shot to David Berkowitz. Pussy. A different discipline existed in this New York state of mind. Say since now, no, not the actor, but the year he's ever not one thing in mind to grind until this gavel turns his words to murder from Babel. Front lines is 69, I follow protocol. This kingdom built on God bones, so I can't love Esau, and I can't fuck with y'all. I ain't gotta say it twice, you vouching for the enemy, but look, my father ain't have a father cause of dope, I'm anti-politics, cause Christ died from a vote. How the richest nation locked the homeless up for being cold. How ironic they relating smoking weed to getting stoned. You trim your ways and seek they love. I'ma bring this sword back wet with a vesta dipped in blood. Niggas giving up when they don't even give enough. Going nowhere fast, niggas always in a rush. I give them love cause my brothers lost. Christians eating, watch they brothers starve. No way I can serve another God. I give my love cause my brothers lost. Christians eating, watch they brothers starve. I can't serve another God.
Here's one thing you need to do before buying anything online. Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you watch this first. Watch this. I can show you how to get the sweetest deals online when you shop from major retailers like Amazon and Target. You can drop prices automatically.